Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the severe weather threat over the next few days. The main severe weather threat will be next week and also some of the general pattern trends. Anyway, let's get into today's video, and you might notice we have a new intro. That's because I finally found an editing software. Anyway, let's get into the video. This is valid from March 4th through the 8th. And you can see above average temperatures for most of the East Coast, especially towards the Gulf, and below average temperatures for the West there. You can see above average precipitation for most of the United States here, except for the below average areas here in Southwest Texas. Anyway, let's go to the 8 to 14 day. This is valid from the 6th to the 12th. Let's see. I'm about to get that. There we go. The temperature outlook, you can see above average temperatures are expected to persist through the plains. Below average to the west and the northeast there. Also above average here in the southeast here. So, anyway, let's go to the precipitation, March 6th through the 12th. You can see that they're expected to be above average precipitation basically for the east and west, and then below average for the plains here, from the northern plains and the southern plains. Now let's look at the Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlook. Let's see. You can see a marginal risk of severe weather today for portions of Ohio into West Virginia and northeastern Kentucky. Some major population centers at risk are Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Springfield, Ohio, Kettering, Ohio, and Middletown, Ohio. So this is just a 5% wind risk. Nothing too serious, really. Day 2, nothing really. Day 3, nothing. Day 4, day 5, and then day 6 is when we get this huge severe weather outbreak. So they say strong tornadoes are possible, supercells are possible, thunderstorm clusters are possible, and even an eventual squall line is possible. And they say multiple rounds of severe convection are possible. So this may not be like a one round and then done thing event. This is likely going to be multiple rounds of severe convection possible. So basically just severe storms, multiple rounds of severe storms. And they say that storm mode isn't exactly certain, but they think it's certainly possible that you could see all kinds of severe storms, like lines like bow echoes, so clusters of storms, which would bring damaging winds and even a few tornadoes. Maybe some supercells possible, which would actually bring strong tornadoes with it and large hail. Also, the squall line would bring damaging winds. So if we get all three of those, that would not be a good situation, because if you get like let's say a cluster of thunderstorms with strong winds and, trees get knocked down and stuff, and then the squall line comes through and knocks down more trees, it would kind of just not be a good event, obviously, especially with the threat for strong tornadoes. But one thing you can do is be prepared and not scared. So, don't panic, because that can actually cause you to be less safe than if you're staying calm. And also, you might want to bring some things in your go bag, like if you need a NOAA weather radio, some extra batteries for it. If you have a NOAA weather radio, or multiple ways to receive warnings, so like a phone charger for wireless emergency alerts to make sure your phone stays charged so you can get those alerts. Also things like if you need to take medicines, extra medicines to bring, some like water, stuff like that, just general safety supplies, basically what fits your needs best, because some people's go bags will vary depending on what they need more. So just don't be scared and be prepared for this event. And then if you go on to day 7, you can see a slight risk for the eastern seaboard, portions of Virginia, most of North Carolina, pretty much all of it, all of South Carolina, most of Georgia, and portions of Alabama. So you can see here, let's see, not really too much happening here. Just some precipitation out here. That's really the only thing happening. I mean, if you look at everywhere else, it's just dry. Like nothing is happening right now anywhere else. Doesn't look like any of the storms have fired off in Ohio yet. It looks like they might be soon though, because if you zoom in here, might take a bit to zoom in. But you can see that there are showers firing off here. These could grow into thunderstorms, so these could be the wind producers right here. Or, they could form at any minute, especially in an environment like this when we're going into springtime, almost in this meteorological spring. That's a bit different than astronomical spring, because meteorological spring fits the temperatures better. So meteorological spring begins, I believe, March 1st. So almost into meteorological spring, so, just something to be aware of with the wind threat there. Nothing really much else than that. So let's move on here. We have some fire weather conditions possible out here in Nebraska, even into South Carolina and Georgia here, so that's something also to be aware of. Not really much anywhere else. Maybe a few watches and warnings and advisories, but nothing really much else. You could see maybe some flooding here for portions of Kentucky. Also severe, I don't know if they've updated this, but severe weather possible on the 4th. I don't know if they've updated this. But anyway, here is the heavy rainfall outlook, the potential for heavy rain on the 4th here. So, not only is it the potential for heavy rainfall, but also the potential for severe weather overlapping in here. The main potential for severe weather will be focusing on these areas here. So I don't know if they've updated it, because they still have the old outlook here. That's still the old outlook. I'm not sure what's exactly going on with that. Maybe if I refresh the page. No. Anyway, this out here is high winds, the potential for high winds in New Mexico and into Texas, and then also high winds out into California. So not really much else than that. And then if we go to the Weather Prediction Center outlook today, thunderstorms possible here. Maybe some mixed precipitation in a lot of areas in here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this due to our risk for severe weather in Ohio, and they're supposed to get mixed precipitation, so I'm not exactly sure how much agreement there is between the Storm Prediction Center and the Weather Prediction Center. But I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, the day 2, so tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern to March 1st, 7 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, see, the mixed precipitation really lifts off to the north here. It kind of dries out to the south. Not even really much outside of this, so, Anyway, let's go on to day 3. This was 7 a.m. on March 1st till 7 a.m. on March 2nd. It's generally dry across these areas on this day. Not really much precipitation, except for the west and then the northeast, so those areas kind of are getting some precipitation. Not really much else. Anyway, before I go, please check out EpicPen. You could get the free version, or you can get $2 a month for fading ink, on-screen text, lines, circles, squares, arrows. You can even get whiteboard, blackboard, all that, and even extra colors. So anyway, thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next video.